Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode, I'm going to be discussing something that either you're going to be with or not be with, or understand or not understand, or, because there's no gray area, there's no middle. Like, what I'm about to talk about, you're either gonna, agree with or you're gonna disagree with. It's just the kind of topic, And that is, all thoughts are all lies all the time. We live in a society nowadays where everything is marketed to us. There's chemicals in our food. There's chemicals all around us. We're manipulated through TV. We're manipulated in so many different ways with social media. And it's outward stimuli from the outside world that's coming in. And it's this outer world that affects our inner mind. And this outer world and everything that comes from the outside and it goes into our mind, it tends to make up our thoughts. And that's not our thoughts, all this stuff that we get affected by, that's not our actual thoughts. That's this outside stimuli and this propaganda and bullshit that they're trying to sell us. And it can really influence your mind. It can really influence your thoughts. And, a lot of things are lies. A lot of things aren't true. The world itself is nothing but a lie. Everything around you is false. And a lot of stuff just isn't real. And, a lot of people will tell you what to believe and they'll tell you what to buy. And, social media has influenced people's minds and influenced people. They say, rates of depression and anxiety and whatever have skyrocketed since the invention of social media. See, that's not who we are. This stuff brings out the worst in people. It brings out the worst thoughts. It brings out the worst intentions. And, there's so many things in the outside world that affect us inside. And you're not your thoughts, And 99% of this world is fake. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about is going to be very hard to explain. But there's the version of yourself on Earth is not who you really are. There's a different version of you inside of a different reality, there's more than one dimension. And on Earth, this is just a shell, I have fingers, I have a hand, I have a face, I have a body. That doesn't make up who I am as a person. My personhood is my spirit, my soul, my essence, which goes far beyond the physical world. And, a lot of people just buy into everything and they just don't know that all thoughts are all lies all the time, It's just a really complicated topic because a lot of people, they're not really going to understand where I'm coming from with this video. But, one thing I will talk about before I end the video, because I don't want to make it too long, but I'll talk about it quick, is social engineering. They design food, they design the world, they put stuff in water, whatever it takes for them to get us to behave and act a certain way. They want to manipulate our minds. And, I know I'm sounding like Alex Jones fucking interdimensional travelers are coming in through the cigarette smoke. I'm not trying to fucking be Alex Jones here or whatever, but even though he's right about a lot of things, but I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but we're fucking manipulated in ways that they don't want us to fucking understand or ever find out, We're manipulated so much by the outside world, and it really affects our fucking mind. And it clouds our judgment, it clouds our thoughts. A lot of the time, you're not who you think you really are. You've been molded and you've been created into like this little fucking corporate swine that just buys every fucking thing that comes out and thinks the way the government wants you to think. A lot of the time you're not your thoughts. Like, this shit is all fake. Everything you see around you is fake. But, this rant's gone on long enough. I don't like to repeat myself, but, this is going to be a video that people are either going to be with or understand or agree with, or they're not going to understand it or agree with it. That's fine, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I just wanted to get this message out there, and that's all that matters. Agree or disagree, I really don't care. I know I'm right. I know that the world is mostly bullshit, and it's all lies, and a lot of the shit around you isn't real. And, I remember there was, like, a person talking, and it always resonated with me. They said, things are only as real as you make them, People create, like, their own realities around them, People make things bigger than they really are. That's literally what anxiety is. It's taking an issue and multiplying it and worrying and making it grow, People can make things into what they want, People live in their own realities, and they make things come true, and, the mind's a very powerful weapon. It can be your best friend or your worst enemy. But again, I don't want to make this too long. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Morris October Rants. Signing off, guys. Have a good one.